everybody, it's Heather from Cottontail Crafts. It's Saturday, January 11th, and I thought I would jump on and show you what I got made this week. It's still fairly early in the morning. I think it's like 11 in the morning, so I will have time to make some more crocheted items later. I did get a few things made, not as much as I would have liked, but I did take a couple of days off because I've been getting a little bit of pain, like shooting up my thumb. So I took Sunday and Monday off, and I didn't really start crocheting until Tuesday. But I had one of my co-workers reach out to me, and they have a new grandbaby on the way. So she wanted me to crochet a rubber ducky. I guess that's the theme for the nursery. So I reached out to Stacy from Stacy Makes here on YouTube, and I asked her what ducks she uses for her makes, because I've seen her crochet ducks. She sent me 2 files. I only realized that I thought she only sent me 1, but she sent me 2. So the first one I clicked on, I went to Etsy and I bought it. And the one I bought was the bigger version. She also sent me the link for the keychain version. But I don't know, I didn't realize she sent me 2 links to the Etsy store. So I only bought the one, and it was the bigger one, not realizing that there was a keychain version. So the first one I crocheted, and this is from Nana's Hook Nook on Etsy. And the first one I made it in Michael's size 7 yarn. And I can't remember if it's Sweet Snuggles Light or Chenille Home Slim, but anyway, it's a size 7 yarn. I had a little bit of yellow left, and I wanted to use it up and get it gone. And I kind of just had enough to make this, and it turned out so big. And my hands don't really like the size 7 yarn because I have to use a plastic hook, because my clover hooks only go up to metal, I think at 6 millimeters, and then after that it's plastic. And I tried to crochet with a size 7 plastic hook, and I was struggling way too much, so I upsized to an 8 millimeter hook, and then it was a little bit easier to crochet with. But I don't know, I think I would prefer like a 7.5, because I can kind of poke my fingers in these holes. So this was the size 7 and I used 25 millimeter eyes. I used Bernat Blanket Orange for the beak because I don't have orange in the size 7 yarn. But I would not recommend this for a baby, just because it's a little bit like you can kind of stick your fingers in there, right? So I probably would prefer a 7.5 millimeter hook, but I don't have a 7.5, so I used an 8. So I messaged my coworker and I said I made a duck, the first one I made in, the jumbo yarn, but I don't recommend it for a baby. I said this might be good for a display item in the nursery only, but I would not let the baby play with this. So she might buy this as a display only. I mean, this would be fine for older children, but I wouldn't recommend it for 3 and under. And it's a really easy pattern. Like, it takes me less than an hour to do. And I'm not sure what I'll sell this at. Probably $30 maybe. But it's huge. It's really big. So I made the duck, and this is, I think it's called Bubbles the ducky. So then I wanted to make another one, and I wanted to do Bernat Blanket. And I don't have a light color yellow in the Bernat blanket. I only have like this darker yellow, and this is it's a bright ball that I got in the States when I was at Joann's, when me and Brenda went to New Brunswick for our New Brunswick market. So I did a duck in the Bernat blanket. I did 20mm safety eyes for this one. And he's still quite large. And that's the size comparison between the size 7 and the Bernat. Now, she only does like one round to her beak, and then she crochets it closed. I do 2 rounds, and then I crochet it closed. So I just made the beak a little bit longer. I don't know, that's what I preferred, so that's what I did. And like I said, I wish I had this in a little bit lighter yellow to kind of have them all the same color, but I kind of just wanted to have a duck in all the different size yarns that I have. So then the next one I did, I used Michael's size 6 yarn, and this was Sweet Snuggles Light or Chenille Home Slim. So I made that one, and this one I used 18mm safety eyes, and these are the eyes I'm trying to get rid of. I don't know, I just prefer the sinker eyes, and these are not the sinker eyes, but I didn't get these from the shop on AliExpress that I normally get my eyes from, so I just find they're not as crystal clear as the other eyes that I get, so I probably won't get these eyes again. But I do like the longer beak. So that's the size in Bernat and Michael's. And then the last duck that I made it during my live on Wednesday nights. I go live every Wednesday night on YouTube, 7 o'clock my time. And so I did one in Perfect Chunky. And he's still not a bad size. So that's the Michael's, and that's the Perfect Chunky. So this is the Perfect Chunky, and this is the Jumbo. So there's quite a bit of size difference. I probably won't make any more, but I will show my coworker each one of these. And if she doesn't want the large display one for the nursery, I'll get her to pick out what size she wants, and then I'll make another one and I will embroider the eyes on. And then I will feel better knowing it's going to be safe for a baby. Because babies are magicians. They can, like, especially with the larger size, like, I think eyes could very easily come out if, you know, your stitches aren't nice and tight, you know what I mean? So I made 4 ducks from Nana's Hook Nook on Etsy, and I will link both patterns in the description below. So then, what day was it? Today is Saturday. It might have been Thursday night, I think. I got added to a group chat on Instagram, and it was for the bird tester call that Stacy Makes put out for her second round of birds. And I had done 3 2 weeks ago. So maybe I will go grab those, and I will show you the birds I made this week, and then I'll also show you the birds I made 2 weeks ago. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So when she put out her tester call, There was a pelican. Well, the pelican wasn't, I don't think, part of the tester group, but it was for a seagull, a mallard, and a cardinal. So I applied that I wanted to test the seagull. So that was the first thing I made. And I made this on Thursday night? Might have been Friday morning. And look how cute he is. His little tail feathers. And I used 20mm safety eyes on him. And I used 20mm safety eyes on all of her birds, and then I ran out of 20mm, so the last bird I made, I had to put 18 on them. I have more coming, I just don't know when they're going to show up. So, so I made the seagull, and you know, like I chat with Robin all the time anyway, right? So, and I chat with Stacy, and I had him made, and then the next one I made was the cardinal. I'm kind of jumping off track here, but I will get back on track. So the second one I made was the cardinal. Now, he turned out bigger because the only red Bernat I had bought it off Amazon over a year ago for a ladybug that I was making. And this yard is kind of like the old formula, so it's a little bit thicker and stiffer. So he did turn out quite a bit bigger, but I love how he turned out. Look at his chubbiness. And I was so proud of this bird, and I put my pictures in the group chat. Why do you have to fluff every video? Are you done? Are you done fluffing? Okay. So I was all proud of my cardinal, and I posted the pictures in the group chat. And as soon as I posted them, I'm like, crud, I had forgot his crest on the top of his head. So I had to finish the bird, and then, like, he looks so much better with the crest. I'll insert some pictures of him without, and like, what a difference. What a difference a headpiece makes. And I just did silver eyes on him. And I used orange Bernat for his feet and beak, red, and then black. And his little tail feathers. So they're kind of basically all the same stitch count, but you're just switching up your colors, or there's additional, you know, pieces. The birds that I did 2 weeks ago, they don't have the tail feathers. Well, the penguin has a tail feather, but not the chicken or the pigeon. But you could add tail feathers to those too, now that I know how to do them, right? So I made the cardinal. Got him crusted. He's good to go. And then I think I had just finished making the mallard. Okay. And I was chatting with Robin. And Robin's like, I think the feet need to be more webbed, like a web foot. So I was chatting with Robin, chatting with Stacy, and Robin and Stacy were chatting back and forth, and they were trying to come up with, you know, what they were going to do for the web feet. So I Google penguin feet, and I insert an image of real penguin feet. And then I searched seagull feet and I threw up a real picture of seagull feet. So it was just kind of comical because I'm like, my husband's going to come home from work and he's going to be like, how was your day? And I'm going to be like, oh, I was Googling seagull and oh, duck feet, you know, like it's kind of comical. And the penguin feet, like they're so funny looking. Like you had to be part of the conversation. Anyway, so Robin and Stacy kind of came out with more of a smaller web foot, but I had already made the seagull because they have web feet too, kind of, right? And I had already made the mallard, so, and the cardinal, his feet are fine because he's like the normal bird, right? So, but look how cute he is. And his bill is done a little bit differently than the other birds. More like a duck bill, right? But I just love him. Like they're so derpy and fat, and I love these patterns. So then by the time I got to the pelican, they had figured out how to do the feet. So I did make the pelican with the different foot style. Much better. I think he looks much better. So I made him last night, just before I jumped on Stacy's live, and I was like listening to my hockey podcast and I was making the seagull, so I kind of didn't get the notification that Stacy went live, but as soon as I finished my pelican, I jumped on and we were all in there chatting and stuff, but we had a good time. But I made him. He's got the new cute feet, his little tail feathers. Like he's adorable. These are the eyes. I had to put 18mm on because I had run out of the 20. And of course, he's got an additional piece to his beak. And I decided I wanted to 3D print a little fish to put in his beak. I thought that would be really cute. So I fired up my 3D printer and I found a fish. And I had to make it a little bit bigger because it was super, super tiny. Are you done? This is going to be like a daily occurrence every time I film. Mr. Milo getting in the shot. Okay, so I 3D printed a fish and I had to make it bigger because it was super, super tiny. Oops, sorry. And I think I want to make it a little bit bigger because you can't tell he's got a fish in his mouth. So I will probably print another one and I'll probably make it maybe ½ an inch bigger because I kind of want the tail like sticking out of his mouth. So I'm gonna make another fish and I'm gonna make it, I think, like ½ an inch bigger. And this is kind of like a translucent blue-white mix. I don't know. I might have to look for another. This was the smallest fish I could find, like on the bamboo site or whatever. But I think it's a good start for me to, you know, add 3D printing into my crochet plushies. But I can I guess I can kind of angle the fish in there when he's on display so people can tell that he has something in his mouth. But I think I want to make it a little bit bigger. So cute. Okay. So those are the birds from Stacy's second installment of the sitting birds. So we have a seagull. Well, that's a penguin. The penguin was kind of like an addition in the pattern. She's like, whoever wants to make him, right? So there's the seagull. And if I make him again, I will put the web feet on him. Same as the mallard, I'll put the web feet on him next time. And then we have the cardinal. But for those of you who missed my video from 2 weeks ago, I had pattern tested the chicken. And there's another piece that you can crochet under his beak. I just chose to leave it off of this chicken when I made this chicken. Then there's also a penguin. And again, if I make him again, I would put the web feet on him. But there's his little tail. And then the pigeon. And you could add tail feathers to any of these birds. I probably would do it to the chicken too, because they kind of have, you know, the tails that hang. Some of them do. But these are so quick and easy. I love these birds. I can't wait to see what she does next. And somebody in the group chat had already done their own modification for a blue jay, and it turned out so good. And blue jays kind of run rampant in my area. I think they would do well. So I might have to play around, or maybe Stacy, hint hint, can come out with a blue jay modification. I'm sure she'll come out with a few more variations, which would be really cool. I would love that. But you could do like a plain colored duck, a plain colored chick. Mix it up. Mix it up. I don't know why my dog's being such a pain today. It's being a needy Nelly. So it's still early, but I do have some cleaning to do. I think Miss Brenda might be coming over tomorrow. We're gonna dip into some polymer clay, playing around. She bought some molds for her crafting, so I'm gonna show her how to play with the polymer clay. I have an oven. So yeah, she's gonna come over tomorrow, and my room is a disaster. I have got to clean this. Like, I can't have anybody in here crafting with it looking like it is right now. So the majority of the day will probably be cleaning. A lot of this I can just shove into the spare room, deal with it later. But I am going to make a bigger fish for my pelican, and I'll be back to show you that. I kind of like this color though. I might stick with this color, but I might make it a little bit bigger. And I might also print off a safety eye tool jig and try that, because those plastic safety eye pliers did not work for me, and I'm sure I bought the crap model, knockoff model. But I think I want to print off and try the safety eye jig first, so I'm going to print that off and then I will show you that later. And then maybe I'll do a little video of me installing a pair of safety eyes, using it, and see if it works or not. So yeah, I'll be back with some more footage for y'all. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay everybody, I'm back. It's still Saturday and it's like 8:40 at night, and I just wanted to jump on, and I did 3D print a little bit bigger fish for my pelican. So now when he's on my table, you can tell that there's definitely a fish hanging out of his mouth. So that was the first one I made. Second one I made, you can tell there's not much difference in size, but oops, I'm still learning. And then that's the biggest one. So going forward, I'll be going with that size there. So I also 3D printed a safety eye jig. I've never used one of these before. I had ordered the pliers on Amazon. They were crap. I sent them back, so I thought I would try this. And I didn't get any more crocheting done today. I was pretty much down here cleaning for a bit, and then we went out for supper with friends, and now my hockey game's on, so I just thought I would start all from Jade Turtle. And I got the head to the point where I'm going to be installing my safety eyes. So I thought I would come down and film me using my tool for the first time. And this might be a little bit of trial and error. I have no idea. Again, I've never used this before. So we'll see. So I will flip the camera around and let's try my jig. So hopefully I have my camera angled all right. So and I'm using Bernat blanket. So I like to, I can usually pop the backs on a little ways, but then after that, I can't get no further. So these are 25mm safety eyes. So either one of these, I think, will work, like the two large circles. So let's just and that went on actually pretty easily, but I'm just going to give it another little, I think that might be on this. So I did get past the first lip there, which is what you want. And I like to put the protective piece over the eye just to like protect it. And I'm pretty sure that's past the first lip, but I'm just gonna give it a little extra squeeze. Oops, sorry for the camera jiggling. So that actually worked pretty well. I'm kind of happy with that. So, it works pretty good with this style back. So maybe the next time I make a turtle, I'll use the curved dome shape backs, and the next time I make something with that, I will include another clip of me using my jig. So I'll go upstairs and finish this turtle, and I'll be back tomorrow with my turtle, and then I'll get this uploaded for y'all. Okay, so I'm back. I just decided to make another turtle head right quick because I wanted to test the dome backs with my jig, because I heard that these can be a little bit more difficult than the other backs that I just did. So let's try it, and hopefully I can get them on. And it could be because they're curved, that might be why they're harder to get on. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm just playing around. So I think for these ones, I'm going to go in the biggest hole. Oh, got that right away. So when you see that little ridge there, you know you got them on. Okay, let's try the other side. Get my hair out of there. Okay. Put it in the biggest hole. Actually, I like to put these. Okay. That's a good sign. And again, you can see that ridge, so we're good. We are good. Sweet! Yay! Hello everybody, it's Sunday, January 12th. It's like 8:45 in the morning. Just got back from walking Milo, and it's a little chilly outside. But I did get 2 more things crocheted, and I made 2 turtles because I figured the turtle heads were easy to make, and then I could show you the installation of the safety eyes using my new 3D printed jig, and it worked really well. So I'll be using this from now on, and hopefully I won't have any more problems in the future, because hammering them on, I have to hammer quite hard, and I don't want to split the backs of the safety eyes. So I think this is going to be a little bit like more user-friendly. So the first turtle I made was this one. These are 25mm safety eyes, and I like the offset eyes. I used Bernat, I used 6mm hook, and this is the Mystical, which I'm pretty sure is going bye-bye soon. This was yarn I got in the States. It's Bernat. I don't know like what kind it is or anything like that, but so I made this turtle last night, and then I had made another head last night because I wanted to show you the dome backs of the safety eyes being installed, because I heard those can be a little bit harder to do. So I made another turtle. Well, I made the head last night and I finished him off this morning. And these are also 25mm safety eyes, and these are not offset, they're just like the regular eyes. And I bought so many of these when I first started my plushie journey. Like I kind of gravitate towards the offset eyes, but I've got so many of these to use up, and I decorated these like probably 6 months ago. So I decorated these with purple and silver, so I thought I would use, this is tie-dye-ish, I think, from Bernat. Like, I'm not sure the color, but it's purple, light purple, white. So I thought that would look really good with these eyes. So I made 2 more turtles, and this is all from Jade, and this is Tiana the turtle. This is my favorite turtle pattern. I also like Myrtle the turtle for my smaller turtles, but for my $20 to $28 turtles, I gravitate towards this pattern. So that's pretty much it for this week. I just have a few more things that I want to tidy up and clean up before Miss Brenda comes over, and we're gonna play with some polymer clay. So I just wanted to recap. Stacy Makes her Sitting Birds is available in her Etsy shop right now. I'll link it in the description below. And this is Sally the Seagull. We have Clay the Cardinal. So cute. We have Molly the Mallard. And we have Petey the Pelican. So thank you so much, Stacy, for letting me test your sitting birds. And then I have more birds on the counter behind me. They're so quick and easy. They're adorable. I'm going to sell these for probably $20. I'll probably put 20 on them and see. I've already sold 2 chickens at $20, so. And he turned out quite a bit bigger because of the type of Bernat. Old formula. So that's it for the week, fellas. And I will be back Wednesday with my live. And I'm not sure what we'll work on. I might almost want to paint and decorate some more safety eyes, because there's nothing any worse than doing your project and then having to stop to decorate the eyes and then installing them. So I want to paint and decorate some more eyes. But yeah, I find these look good in the turtles, octopuses. I usually use the old, like the eyes I bought a long time ago for that. But yeah, I tend to gravitate towards this style now. And I'm under the 20mm, so hopefully my order comes soon. But yeah, that's undecided what I'll be working on Wednesday night. So we will see you next week, everybody. Bye.